Okay, this is a funny video actually, a rather odd video. I don't actually entertain such requests, but this boy has been my follower for some time. So I'm just making a video because he genuinely needs help. Okay, it's about self-esteem, girlfriends, talking to girls. See, now, I'm 44, okay? You could say, if you look at the spectrum of age from 0 to 60 or 70 or 80, I'm in the middle. And in most countries where they respectfully call you based on your age, I'm like an uncle, middle-aged man. Midlife, like they say. Okay. So now half of 40s is in your 20s. And those are the teenage years where teenagers and youngsters, and it's an exciting time in your life, and also a very confusing one, because your testosterone is growing as a man, your body is changing, your voice is deepening, hair is growing underarms and in the pubic region, and you're seeing muscles grow. And you imagine you have a squeaky voice, wee, 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 and one fine day, so all these changes take place. And then on top of that, as your testosterone grows, you start feeling horny. You start getting all these urges. You start noticing girls. Oh my God, look at that girl. Oh, it's something called tits. Oh, breasts. Oh, yum. Oh, you don't say yum, but you have a funny feeling like, something is happening. Some tingling feeling is happening. You see the shape of a ass and you feel something, and then you're checking out a body and the contours, and then fortunately or unfortunately you start bumping into adult content, JPEG images, videos, and there you see girls doing all sexual stuff and gyrating themselves, and do you want, and then you get aroused, and suddenly your junior is okay. This is all a part of growing up. Okay. Now, one of the biggest challenges is not the masturbation or FAP or this and that. One of the biggest confusions young men go through is trying to gain a sense of self-worth. Now, how do young people gain a sense of self-worth? Some go into showing off with their body. That is why so many go to the gym, chest and arms and all that. Some of them like to bully others and, trouble others. They join gangs and they like to show that they are power, because at home they get beaten up badly and they're made to feel like shit. So outside they show their power. That's why bullies are there, because their father bullies them, they bully others. It goes like a chain. Then you get these kids who get bullied and they want to protect themselves, so they go into defense classes. They learn fighting. Then there are others who go in the wrong direction, like stick smoking, drinking, drugs. Then there are others who get the sense of self-worth by joining groups, gaming groups, cricket, sporting groups, football, so people take up different hobbies. Then you have the weird ones out, the outcasts of society group, where they are weird and they are nothing great, but they like to hang out. They are the cool, chill pill, fat, ugly looking Scooby-Doo kind of group. I was actually part of that group. So when you get all this, one of the biggest in all this is getting a sense of self-worth by having a girlfriend or girlfriends. In fact, just imagine if you get a hot girl, all of a sudden you're the talk of the town. You're like, fuck, he's dating that girl. Are you fucking crazy? No way, man. In school days, you say, yes. Yee. Oh, you have baby. Okay. Okay. Keep. Okay. Bye. It's my baby. Okay, go. So, one of the ways people would get the feeling of being special is dating a hot girl, and that is like, wow, fuck man, you're dating that girl, bloody what the fuck and all that. Okay, I've gone through that cycle also. But among all this, even dating girls, there is one part which seems to be really strong, and that is you're trying to search for love and affection. You're trying to feel special, so you're searching for this girl who can replace or fill the void of your confusion, of your identity, of your sense to feel like you belong somewhere. And that is why a lot of young men are searching for this void. Even it happens with girls. But today I'll just make the video on boys, not on girls. If you want for girls, you can request. I'll give my opinion. I'm not saying I'm an expert. I'll give my opinion. So now boys, they want a girlfriend. Someone they can share, talk to. But most importantly, even though a boy will never admit this or say this or be aware of it or be afraid to say it, is they have so much of testosterone in their body. They want someone where they can not only engage in emotional dialogue, mental connectivity and all that, but also in sex. And when you mix all these together, sex plus conversation plus emotional engagement and all that, then that thing called love takes place. Okay, love, which is nothing but a phase. It's a phase of heightened emotions and feelings that you classify as love. And given the media, Hollywood and Bollywood, and they show music and songs and poetry and the magic. He touched my hand, my heart was beating, and heart is here and it's beating, and I made love to her and we were crazy, and oh, I want to die for you, love for you, and write with a blade, write your name in my body, and I want to, love letters and poetry and all that bullshit. That's a part of the game. Now, here's the problem. What if you like a girl? Okay, the $1 million question. What if you like a girl and now you don't know what to do about it? Here's the $1 million question, which I'm pretty sure most of the boys want. How can I talk to this girl? This is a question I get so many. How can I get this girl? How can I talk to this girl? How can I attract this girl? Here I'll give you a few pointers and tips, which I hope will help you. I don't know how far it'll help, but this I'm giving you based on experience. Number one is you need to be aware as a young man, the culture, the society, the family that you are in, and also that girl. Now, if you are in a conservative culture, religion that is slightly strict, society that is slightly, pretty snoopy and all that, remember this much, that they don't take such incidents in a very healthy manner. They make a ruckus out of it. Like if a boy is dating a girl, they'll make it a fucking scandal. And if you're the girl, they'll make it even worse. I'm talking of conservative societies. In so many of them, sometimes some extreme ones, they even kill the girl. It's so bad. They kill the girl, and some others, they threaten the boy. In some others, they even kill the boy, Muslim, some in Arab countries. Then in some other countries, there is jail term. Then, there are even cases where the family felt they felt ashamed and they killed all of them. I'm giving extreme cases. But this is a reality that happens. But in most cases, they'll not kill themselves. They'll just beat the girl or the boy. And society will talk and people will laugh. And, for those who are paranoid about my name in society. Okay. So number one, you need to be aware where you're coming from. Number two is, maybe your intentions are good. Okay. But then maybe that girl also likes you. Maybe you also like the girl. What about the parents? You just do not know how the parents are going to react. Many times the parents might be very nice publicly and in your face. But the minute it involves their son and daughter, you'll see a very different side of theirs. Okay, that's the second thing. Now, coming to the actual girl. Remember, I'm speaking from boys' perspective. If you see, the first thing boys have to understand, all boys, girls are human beings just like you. They have feelings just like you. The only difference, or the major difference, is the biology. Men, they don't go through periods. Women go through periods. Men, they don't have mood swings. Women have plenty of mood swings. Men like a build-up. No, sorry, women like a build-up slowly. Men like it fast. That's why a guy gets aroused. He'll just look at a girl with tits and ass and toink, he'll stand up, and after he climaxes, after a few minutes, whatever, toink, goes down. But for women, it goes longer, you know. That's why a guy might just not get so turned on by reading a book, but by watching porn, even though they're acting. But for a girl, she'll read a book where they describe the love, the emotions, the feelings. It's a gradual process. Okay, now, I don't want to move much into the biology, but what you need to understand is girls are just like guys, but different. They have the same needs. Now, if you want to get close to a girl, the fundamental thing that you need to remember is you first need to be comfortable with yourself. That's the first thing. If you're not comfortable with yourself, if you're not confident with yourself, if you do not know how to carry yourself, if you do not know how to present yourself, if you do not know how to communicate, how the fuck are you going to, manage somebody else? Just imagine you're not mentally stable and you're trying to, or you're not emotionally stable and you're trying to get into a stable relationship. Or it's like, I don't know karate at all. I don't know anything of karate or boxing. And I'm going to get into a boxing or karate tournament, or I'm going to teach someone. It doesn't work that way, man. First, you need to be yourself. Now, obviously, you'll say, Loy, then how will I get stable or grow? It takes time. So the first thing is spend time getting to know yourself. Now, that doesn't mean, okay, until the age of 50, don't have any girl. I didn't say that. First is understand yourself. Spend time learning to love yourself, understand yourself, grow yourself. The second is, if you are trying to get a girl, if you can't have a conversation, talk. And I'm not talking only related to work. If you can't carry a conversation, hold a conversation, and facilitate a conversation, the chances of you getting the girl is slim to none. Yes, there are girls who straight away want to have sex. I met one. I know some guys who are really, really ugly and hideous. They've showed me photographs of girls who are so bloody uber hot. And they have openly told, hey, Indian girls, you're talking of 17, 18. Do you want to fuck? Or do you want sex? Or do you want to try threesome? I was like, what? I didn't believe them until they actually showed the screenshots of the conversation. Some even shared the photograph. I'm like, what the fuck? So yes, the landscape is changing, but the possibility and probability of it happening is very rare. Okay? So now when you're talking of a normal girl, if you can't hold a conversation with her, can't talk to her, if she doesn't want to open up to you, she doesn't have anything got to do with you other than just talking of the work or this thing, then chances of you getting that girl or getting laid is slim to none. You have to let the girl, or you have to make the girl want to talk to you. For that, you have to develop conversational skills. Okay? Now, let's assume you get over the first two barriers. You're in the process of understanding who you are, growing as a person, and you're able to talk to girls. The next one, which I suggest, is have plenty of friends who are girls. Hang out with girls. Be around with girls. Not with the agenda of taking them to bed, but to be around with them and to understand them, learn their psychology, and be comfortable. See, when you're surrounded with girls, it's like, for example, I'm afraid of snakes. Now, every time I look at a snake, I get afraid. Now, what is the way to overcome that fear is to go to a trainer who has a snake with the fangs removed, see the snake, interact, lose the fear, and then spend more time. Then eventually have, okay, the guy has many snakes. And then after you spend a lot of time, eventually you understand what to do, not to do. It's like playing a game. You play the first time, you're clumsy. But you play it many times, then you get expertise, you get the hang of it. Same thing with driving. It's a skill. So same thing with women. The more time you spend with them, the more skill you get, the more better you get, the more of an expert you become. And you learn how to interact with them. You understand their mood swings. You understand what do they mean when they say something or they talk something. They will say one thing but mean something else. You'll understand so many things by spending time with groups and as many girls as possible. Now, the next one, I think is the hardest one, is getting a cap or a grasp over your emotions and feelings. Many boys, young men, like I said, this is a video about men only, not for girls. Many boys get carried away when sex is great, when emotions are great, when feelings are great. Hi Lizard, how are you? Oh, go. Is there. Many guys, when sex is great, when emotions, feelings, and girls can give great dialogue sometimes, you get more and more addicted to that person. But now here lies the problem. Maybe it's not mutual. Maybe the girl is not so involved as you are. And here's the funny thing. The more easily accessible you are, the more desperate you are for the girl, the more you grovel and beg for the girl, the more she loses her respect for you. That is why do you think good girls go for bad boys? The more she knows that she can control you, the more she knows that you'll dance to her tunes, the more she knows that you're easily available, the more she knows that you're desperate for her, the less she will want you. It's like having access to something every single day or eating a dish every single day. You lose a while. Now, obviously you cannot fake it. I'll tell you one thing. Many guys say, okay, I will show her that I don't need her, and they fake it. They can see right through you. It is impossible. I'm telling you, it is impossible to fake it. Because eventually the truth comes out, because you're with a person almost every time, man. So what I used to do is I used to have me, but this is not recommended for you. I was a playboy. I had multiple girlfriends, multiple. So I'd never be dying for one girl. However, some girls don't like lack of attention. Some girls want you to always call them, so they would drop off. So I'd always have a fresh new batch of females, and the ones who would stick around would always want me because I was very hard to get. Now, what you need to be aware of the fact is, for all this, you need time, effort, money. Trust me, you need a lot of time, effort, and money. You need to be obsessed with this game, because unless and until you gain mastery over it, you're not going to see any results. So it should be an obsession. Now here lies in the problem. If this is what you're going to spend your life on, trying to get females or impress them, or you'll have an opportunity cost. Your career will suffer, your money, your savings. In fact, even sometimes your self-respect would suffer. So is that going to help? Okay. And one last thing. Let's assume you got the girl who you really like. Now, what's next? Are you going to marry her? I'll tell you, if you get married to a girl when you're young and early, you're going to regret it. Take it from me. Please don't get married. I've made plenty of videos why you shouldn't get married young and early. Take your time, relax. There's a whole life ahead. Okay, since I have not finished how to get the girl, number one is it will be aware of yourself. Number two is learn how to communicate to her. Number three is have the conversation. Number four is, be around with a lot of her friends and girls and other people. Number five is, last if not the least, Be mentally prepared that the relationship will eventually break up. This is something people don't think about. Relationships do break up. So be not only mentally prepared, have an agreement that if we break up, this is how it's going to be. Never badmouth the person. Never talk shit about the person. Never leak secrets about the person. When you break up, make it like a clean cut. Let there be no, don't make it a mess. And yeah, if you're so emotionally attached, then sometimes you're block and delete. I've made other videos how you can overcome a breakup. So my advice to this young man is, say, listen, don't make having a girl as a matter of your self-worth. Yes, when you're young and when you see others having girlfriends and you don't have, others, they appear to be happy, because obviously they're very selective what they put on social media. And yes, it is fun and all that, the sex and the emotions, but the person who has a better career, who is more successful, who's focused on himself, his brand, his growth and his life, eventually, over a period of time, that person has the last laugh. Today, I'm 45. Okay, I have a brand, I have my wife, and luckily I'm not that bad. My friends who never had a girlfriend, who focused on their career, who are serious about their life, they are the regional heads in Europe. They must be earning close to 100,000. 100,000 in terms of dollars per month. Who do you think is having the last laugh? He's well settled, and some of them are not even married. They're not in a hurry, even though they are in my age. So all I'll tell you is, yes, it feels good to have a girlfriend and companion and all that. But just relax. It's not the end of the world. And take it easy. First thing is, have friends. Girls who are friends, have friends. Have plenty of them. Learn to talk to them, communicate with them. And eventually, over a period of time, you will get your girlfriend. But one final rule, please do not try to get a girlfriend at your workplace, someone you do work with, or someone who there's a business transaction or relationship, because if that gets fucked up, then you're fucked up big time. Because remember, especially in conservative societies, the name, the respect is what matters, and people have a tendency to, they need some gossip, will really fuck up your name. Okay, anyway, this is what I wanted to share. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? It's me signing off. You guys take care.